Nice Dodge Dart. I guess that's what it is. Welcome back to Senior Citizen TV. Fine line between dementia and an uncontrollable urge. Right there, KGB bar. That's one of the best. It's like an old world movie set. Cold War movie set, I should say. All right. See if we can do this morning. Try and ride around into the West Village and not get my ass lost. But you never know. As I've said before, when you're going east to west, the places get progressively nicer. So we have some kind of what we would call tenement buildings here on the right. But it's getting spiffier. Here we're crossing the Bowery, one of the most famous streets in the city, the oldest. I think the word Bowery means farm in Dutch. This little neck of the woods here, Great Jones. It's like one of the shortest streets, just between Bowery and Broadway on 3rd Street. I'm not really sure how the name came about. I know Basquiat had a studio there, and I think John Wilkes' brother lived there. You know, the city's filled with incredible curiosities. You just get out and look, and that's one of the nice things about bicycling around. It gives you a little time to do things different than walking, and especially different than being in a car. There it is, Great Jones. Now we're here at Broadway, which I've talked about a little bit, but not a ton. You know, Broadway is a 13-mile, right down the spine. Sorry, I had to do a little humping there to get ahead of that truck. Goes from Inwood all the way down to Bowling Green. It's like the spine of New York City. You see me really navigating a little bit today. Anyway, Broadway is a super cool street. I will endeavor to ride the whole length of it one day. It's just 13 miles, not really that big a deal. But it does have there's a lot of hiccups along the way and some hills. Kind of leaving the East Village, what you consider kind of the political area. Let's see if I can get this Cisco food truck, ubiquitous, most popular food in all the world just about. Really the dumbing down of American food. As we talked about before, America, under construction from sea to shining sea. It's a nice little strip of road here by NYU. See the big ISC Film Center up there ahead. It's quite cool. Really want to go. Okay, here we are, McDougal. More famous people have been broke on this street than any other. You see tour guides here constantly. Cafe Reggio, first cappuccino in America, maybe 100 years ago. One of the oldest espresso machines. Comedy Cellar. Nome has really built something cool there. You have to stash your phones before you can go inside. Minetta Tavern. You know, all the regular stuff that you see. So this is Minetta Lane, I believe. Minetta. It used to be like a little creek here. Still see there's a little standing water, but a different thing. Right. Across the Avenue of Americas, over to Carmine Street. That's a little bit of old Italy. There's Joe's Pizza. Shows you the good things that do last. Now we're coming from the opposite direction. No one's going to look our way. Tell you, normally I barge right through there and I don't worry about shit. When you have the selfie stick in your hand, people are a little less likely to yield. Never get myself from behind like you see guys do. I'm not as flexible as I used to be. All right, this is Bedford. Seems like a good way to wind up through here. Again, there's just so many little side streets here that are tangential, I don't know if that's the right word, to the main grid. So the grid's slapped down, but the West Village kind of has its own idea. So you're sometimes in here where West 4th is crossing West 11th, that you're like, where the hell am I? It's like a Doctor Who episode. But there's some really incredible houses here, and see. Tours, you never know what's going on. Beautiful street right here. Oh, let's go down Commerce. Just shows you New Yorkers have a great sense of humor because there's no commerce on Commerce. Other than the Cherry Lane Theater, which is like one of the oldest off-Broadway haunts. But what a cool little intersection, right? A little bit of everything. I mean, riding around here is really fun. It can get really jammed with kind of wandering tourists and things, but it's a pretty fucking sweet little setup. I went back past the narrowest house. There's 86. It used to be a place called Chumley's, which I think the term 86 was invented recently in the news with the President Donald Trump being worried about 86. But if you've ever worked in a restaurant, you know what it means. But I think it did start there at 86 Bedford Street, as impossible as that sounds. Christopher Street, one of the more famous places to be, Christopher Street. Don't really want to go to the bike lane, but on Hudson now, which is one of the older roads. I think it used to run along the property line, and I mean, it's been here for a long time. Now this bicycle right in the middle of the road, Mexico hasn't even lost. And they're already down. Just enjoy the grandeur of the city. One of the most prevalent things you see in this city are people in scrubs. It's wild, even though they keep closing hospitals. Here we are at West 11th, one of the, again, incongruities of the street naming system here. Come on. Let's do a little roundabout here. Bank Street. I seriously remember reading once that this street was named after someone who sailed around with Captain Cook, some explorer. I mean, there's so many streets, and there's a lot of history in America. And these things were built there like, let's name it after some famous cat. We didn't care if he's American. There's West 4th, which to the north there crosses West 12th, and I think to the south there crosses West 11th. It's like a true vortex. You're like, where the heck am I? Which way do I go at West 4th and West 11th? Just keep going. Now here's Waverly Place. It's a Waverly Inn there, super famous. Waverly, again, was named after a set of Sir Walter Scott novels. And they even tried to build some buildings that looked like the novels. I think Walter Scott's a Scotsman. Is that the proper term? But one of the cool things that he did was in the book Ivanhoe is Sir Walter Scott kind of invented Robin Hood. He's cornered. So we're at the kind of the intersection of the crooked and the straight. Back on 7th Avenue, but these are tangential, and that's why it looks so crazy. Whereas the rest of the city is essentially a turn right or turn left. Those are your only questions. So we were on Waverly, and it continues down here. I mean, the West Village has its own vibe. There's a lot of, always so much construction on these old buildings, too, that it's an endless job. It's like, if you ever read The World According to Garp, or I remember seeing in the movie where the houses are so big up there in New England that you just got to paint it year round. Once you get finished, you just start over again because the thing is already disintegrated. Again, here at Christopher Street, one of the most famous spots. I mean, for a certain segment of the population, Stonehill. So, at Stonewall, essentially, it's famous because the guys were like, yeah, we're not leaving. And now there's a big monument. It's a super important gay rights place. I'm going to take a little pip around this thing, Sheridan Square. You can see what it looks like a little better. Main man out here giving some tickets. It's a fun little triangle. Literally a triangle. Wrong way. There it is again, Stonewall Inn. Read up about it if you're curious. There's a lot of photos here and a little monument currently. Stonewall forever, it says. Village Cigars, that place has been there forever. Milk Bar, famous because the woman strained milk through Lucky Charms, like soaked the Lucky Charms in milk, took the Lucky Charms out, put some more in there, until she got this sugary cereal milk. Pretty much what made that place famous. What we all loved as kids, drinking the milk out of a sugary cereal. Just goes to show you. Grove Street. You can see that working here in the city is a real pain in the ass. Dragging pallets around through the middle of an intersection. So above this Five Guys, there used to be a weird little bar. I don't know if that's still there. Hard to say. Hard to say. Scooter Trash. John's Pizzeria. John's of Bleecker Street is a legit great pizza place. We're on Bleecker Street. Really, it's filled with a little bit of everything. Old places like this, Murray's Cheese, which looks a little fancy, but shopping, old people, new people, young people, nighttime people, hipsters. A little bit of everything out here. I know I say that a lot, but the beauty of New York is that everywhere you turn, it can be an adventure, and the bicycling really helps with that. Just go right around the corner, you never know what you might see. It's just different than walking. The World Trade Center there. lot of these guys out on the road these days. No one picks up anything on their own. Even food delivery, it's insane. I can probably drop off a few things. Old Tbilisi. I'd hear a bunch of soccer bars, World Cup time, legitimate haunts, and oh wow, it's a peculiar pub. You know your place is cool if you can spell it however you like.